everyone, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last episode, a lot happened. Where to start? Well, they finished a trial. I think we finished it last episode. We finished a trial, but Makoto, there was a time, I don't know how to explain this because it's just kind of ridiculous a little bit. Monokuma called a time out. Like, he said time's up. And at that point, everybody was looking at Makoto and thinking Makoto did it. So, Monokuma made everybody say who they thought it was, and everybody said Makoto, because that's the last thing that happened. Like, it made Makoto look suspicious. So, yeah. And, even though Makoto didn't do it, Monokuma said that everybody got it right. That it was Makoto that did it. That killed her. So then, it ended like a normal trial, where, with a punishment. And Makoto was basically just about to be squashed. And the computer, I'm totally blanking on the name of the program, but the computer program popped up and stopped the punishment thing. The torture device, whatever it's called, that was about to kill Makoto. He stopped it. And then Makoto ended up falling down a shaft instead of being squashed. And now Makoto is in the trash room or something. I don't know exactly where it is. He's alive, but he's stuck and he doesn't know how to get out. And then Kyoko fell in. She came in after him and brought him some food. And she said that she's gonna try and get him out, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe her key might work on this door, but I don't know. Because she has a key that gets into every room in the school. But I'm not sure it's gonna work on this door. So we'll see. But she told us some interesting stuff. I'm trying to remember exactly what she said. Because I recorded this last week? I don't remember when I recorded this. It wasn't that long ago, but for some reason I'm just completely blanking on what happened. I'm totally blanking on what she told us. She said something about how she got back some of her memories of why she's at the school and what she has to do here, which I'm not sure. We haven't talked to her about what exactly she has to do here. But yeah, that's basically where we left off. She was telling us all this stuff about her lost memories and all that. And now we need to talk to her more about, well, we have to figure out how to get out of here, for one thing. And we also want to find out, like, exactly what she was planning on doing here at the school and why they wiped her memory. So yeah, let's get back into the game. Okay, let's talk to Kyoko again. I feel like she has more stuff that she needs to say. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Wait, did we already read this? You mentioned your ability. No, we definitely did not read this. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Why am I not surprised? The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What? I had the same exact reaction to Makoto.
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster. Then that explains when Alter Ego, that's what the computer program was called. I'm sorry, I completely forgot that. I don't know why. When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean, the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Makoto's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured that the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized, whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we could ever imagine. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get the chance, you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Alright.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second... okay, she already said this. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Makoto Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means... everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Makoto Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Makoto Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Makoto may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway.
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Makoto is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Makoto. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
it means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makoto was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair.
It would seem...
that despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh. Chapter 5. 100-mile dash. Pain of a jump. Wait, oh. That's chapter 5 is over. To be continued. You received the Dream Island rocket present. Wow, nobody actually... Well, Makoto died, but we didn't know Makoto. Nobody actually died in the group that we've had since the beginning. In that chapter. So, that's interesting. 5 alive. Nice. Let's save. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now... Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Are we gonna try and figure out how to get out of here? There's so much garbage here. I can't believe this place is even still inhabitable. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Maybe I just need to talk to her. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Deadly life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like a family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Apparently my friend kind of knows them, I guess. Everything there's state of the art. This year's Ultimate Pop Sensation is going to be going there. Yeah, the Ultimate Baseball Pro is going to be there too. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty-giddy detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk about to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
I...
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. Jojo, what are you doing? You're so distracting. I'm trying to play my game. Come here. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. As young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing. One thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. It looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Okay, well, I think that's probably a good place for me to stop. I have been recording for over 30 minutes now. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. But, I am actually going to probably record another episode. So I'm going to keep playing. But I will end the episode here. thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, please go and check out some other Let's Plays that I've done down in the description below. I've done a lot of other games that you can go and check out, and I plan on doing a lot more in the future, so please subscribe if you have not already and you'd like to see more of this kind of content. I'm also on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want to go check out my social media. And I've been streaming on Twitch as much as possible. I'm trying to stick to some kind of regular schedule. But I mean, there are always going to be, it's always tentative. Sometimes I'm going to have to be late for other reasons because I do have other things going on in my life. Or sometimes I'm going to have to cancel a stream. But I'm going to try and do that a little bit less. I'm going to try and stick to it as much as I can. But I do also post on my social media. I post on on mostly Twitter. If I have to cancel a stream or something, I post there. Yeah. So if you want to go and be informed as to when I'm going to be streaming or if I'm going to cancel a stream or whatever, you should definitely go follow me on my social media, and you should follow me on Twitch if you want to come hang out with me while I play games like these. Because I play all sorts of games, and I should be doing music more often too. So yeah, go follow me if you are interested in doing that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. You'll see me next time with another video. Bye bye.